But we see here where more than 2 dozen alleged drug traffickers were busted for involvement in a three-crime ring that peddled trans, fentanyl, and cocaine throughout Long Island. But most of them were cut loose almost immediately thanks to New York bail reform laws, Suffolk County District Attorney Office said Wednesday. Despite the seriousness of the allegations, only 10 of the defendants charged in the sweeping case could be held on bail. You know what I'm saying? And the other 20 were automatically released. Of course, because they wanted to keep selling the fentanyl and killing the young people. This is the plan to defeat Joe Biden. So China could walk right up in him, you know what I'm saying, and just kill us all and just walk right in and take right out of it. You know, see, that's what this is all about. We see researchers have shown purported non-human being UFO hearings. You know what I'm saying? As we see. You know what I'm saying? Because we should, if we're naive to think that there is nobody else in the world or the galaxy other than us, then we are just as stupid, just like the COVID people who went and took the vax and think that there is nothing, to it. Come on, let's just be honest. So let's check this jump up here out and see what this is saying here.
Heard some startling testimony about close encounters at a congressional hearing on UFOs yesterday. They were descriptive, but unverified claims that the military has been hiding evidence of alien spacecraft from the American people. So our Scott McFarland was at the hearing and has the details. Good morning, Scott.
Hey, Anne-Marie, good morning. Talk about a rare sight. Media from across the world tucked into a U.S. House subcommittee hearing room, crowding around the witnesses as they entered and they departed. You don't see that very often here. The claims made inside certainly created a buzz. Just like at the movies, turns out there's a line out the door when Congress talks about UFOs, also known as unidentified aerial phenomena as well.
Do you believe UAPs pose a potential threat to our national security?
Yes, and here's why. The technology that we faced was far superior than anything that we had.
A U.S. House subcommittee called 3 military veterans to talk about their close encounters.
I know the exact locations.
Former military intelligence officer David Grush testified he suspects the Pentagon is covering up a decades-long program to retrieve crashed objects.
Oh,
The
yeah.
government is in possession of UAPs.
Absolutely, based on interviewing over 40 witnesses over 4 years.
The Pentagon has denied Grush's claims. And then there was the uncorroborated testimony the U.S. is in possession of alien material from crashed UAPs.
Biologics came with some of these recoveries. Yeah.
Were they, I guess, human or non-human biologics?
Non-human, and that was the assessment of people with direct knowledge on the program I talked to that are currently still on the program.
Former pilots also detailed their own experiences with mysteries in the sky.
This object was estimated to be almost the size of a football field.
It was perfectly white, smooth, no windows.
Congress, which for decades has avoided the topic of UFOs, signaled it's considering new requirements for federal agencies and the Pentagon to open their books on the more than 360 UFO reports made since early 2021.
And I want to trust that the American people will be able to weigh the evidence and make up their own minds.
This is becoming a uniquely bipartisan issue. The Senate this week will consider legislation that would require the National Archives to release regular federal reports compiled about UFOs. And we're either making...
And if we think that we're the only people on planet Earth, then we definitely naive. You know what I'm saying? Even we see here a strange blue light, keeps appearing in the sky before deadly earthquake. A blue streak of light keeps appearing before deadly earthquakes. I wonder where that blue light is actually coming from. Okay. We're beginning to see the nonsense that's going on. We see court rule that Trump allies' 2020 election phone calls are off limits. There you go. You know what I'm saying? We see here where the Sea Dark Secrets, scene has definitely appeared. What is this about? We see the Qualupic or whatever prominent figure in the pool with Vance captivating a blend of myth and so forth and so on. That's good for you. But you got time with your garbage. A warning from another time. You know what I'm saying? And so on. We see here where Jeffrey Goldberg, whatever, 20 hours ago, you know what I'm saying, another warning from another time. Elon Musk and Mark Zuckerberg, two men appearing to apparently starving for both. Who gives a flying food? Yeah, they definitely making them robots and shit and putting out there. The other one, he's sitting up there doing a bunch of garbage as well. We see Trump responds to Putin comment on why his indictments are good for Russia. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? This is coming by Liz Heron or whatever, 20 hours ago. Coming off the HuffPost, we see Donald Trump address, President Vladimir Putin comments on the former president criminal on the president of the United States. Fuck your farmer. He's the president of the United States, criminal charges. No, fuck your farmer. He's the president of the United States. You fake ass, lying ass, chumped up motherfucking criminal charges by the demon Democrats and all them fucking Luciferian motherfuckers that have been there kidnapping and slave trading people. You know what I'm saying? In a confusingly worded post on his true social media. We see Vladimir Putin, Russia is using the crook Joe Creep Biden illegal banana republic style treatment of his political opponent who is beating him badly in the polls. You know what I'm saying? To condemn America and all of its good things is it once stood for. Trump wrote, the whole world is watching as the U.S., is being torn apart by dreams of election interference. Oh, yeah. Trump, who is the front runner in the 2024 Republican presidential nominee, appears to be referring to comment Putin made at the Eastern Economic Forum in I don't know how to say that, Vladivostok or whatever on Tuesday, in which he said everything that is happening with Trump is a pre is the persecution of a political rival for personal reasons. You know what I'm saying? We see as far as the persecution of the president of the United States, is concerned, this is good for us today, good for us in today's condition because it shows the rottenness of American system, which cannot pretend to teach others about demon mockery, he said. You know what I mean? Trump faced 91 criminal charges. Yeah, listen to 91 criminal charges. You full of garbage then. You full of garbage now. And you're probably going to be full of garbage in the motherfucking future. You know what I'm saying? We already seen that they're having scuffles breaking out between the African Americans and the Latino migrants at the migrant housing faculties. I told you that this would happen. I told you that this was going to happen. They're going to push the black people into the sea. You keep on fucking around and not standing up as black people for what you know is yours, and this land is yours, and push them. Because remember, them a lot of them people you see come from South America, parents or ancestors invaded South America. They're not original to that land. They invaded that land. Let's just be honest. While they're talking shit, and then try to claim our shit as if they the ones built it and it's theirs. And they ain't build shit. They're invaders. Let's just be honest. You know what I'm saying? The invaders. Let's just be honest. You know what I mean? They ain't nothing but invaders of South America. They're not original to the land. You know what I'm saying? A lot of them were not there before my ancestors, and you could tell by the stuff they wear around their neck sometimes when they come over here. You keep a close eye, they'll have like a round circle beadish looking thing with a little small midget looking, alien looking type of person. That's best. That's came come straight out of Egypt and Africa. You know what I'm saying? They built many things and guided the Africans to the top of the ladder. But we see terrorists moves made by the head of our country. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, in more terrorist moves made by the head of our country. Oh yeah, I surprised. You know what I'm saying? I surprised I told you. You know what I'm saying? But we see here where this one is coming in by a publisher. September, his name is Paul. It looks like Moose Habin. I don't know how to say your name. But of all, you know what I'm saying, this kind of September 13th, you know what I'm saying, Paul, you know what I'm saying, coming in off the coast to coast, I guess, but wherever, you know what I'm saying, of all the days to do it on 9/11 is about one of the most despicable things of creepy Joe Biden, I guess the president has ever done. Yesterday, creepy Joe Biden, the creep ass president, you know what I'm saying, and his demon Democratical Secretary of State, Anthony Nutcase ass Blinken, unfroze the $6 billion in assets that we were holding up because of their terrorist ways. The leading nation of terrorists that harbors terrorists around the world was detaining 5 Americans until their demands were met. So on 9/11, after the America vowed never to negotiate with terrorists, the United States caved because of this POS, you know what I'm saying, creepy Joe Biden. The country that cries debt to America and celebrate and burning our flags, this nation is so close to having nuclear grade plutonium and would not let our nuclear inspectors in. You know what I'm saying? The nation that did not comply with anything in the Iran nuclear deal, but got our cash, was awarded handsomely yesterday by the creepy ass Joe Biden and the demon blood sucking Democrats. That sick, demented, corrupted crook who sold his country out for millions to the Ukrainians, to Ukraine and others. And he is right in all ways. You know what I'm saying? In all ways. You know what I'm saying? But we must look through the lens, you know what I'm saying, President Trump, through the lens. You know what I'm saying? Look to President Trump through the lens. You know what I'm saying? You need to really think about that. You know what I'm saying? But quite possibly, one of the most famous icons in conservative American history would be, without a shadow of a doubt, Donald J. Trump is a, know what I'm saying, a, a what? I guess it's a caricature or whatever, where being watch what we've been watching change the world of politics through business mind outlook and polarizing protecting of American workers. And that is 100% true in all ways. You know what I'm saying? In all ways, we see that with Donald J. Trump. You know what I'm saying? And we know that this is due to P.B. Joe Biden. And the reason why he would have gave them any money at all to begin with is because he's in bed with them. He's in bed with them. They're exchanging money back and forth. He's in bed with them. Let's just be honest. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? You know? But let's check it out.
I know what the truth is, and I believe everything that happened in January 6th is going to be revealed. Every bit of it.
And I don't know exactly what you're referring to, so what would you say that is? What occurred on January 6th?
I'm talking about Nancy Pelosi, what she instigated, and the information she's got will be found on her laptop, and eventually it will be, and I believe everything that happened in January 6th is going to be revealed. I know what the truth is, and I believe everything that happened in January 6th is going to be revealed. Every bit of it.
And I don't know exactly what you're referring to, so what would you say that is? What occurred on January 6th?
I'm talking about Nancy Pelosi, what she instigated, and the information she's got will be found on her laptop, and eventually it will be revealed to the American people.
So Nancy Pelosi instigated January 6th?
I think she did.
To stop the proceeding that she supported?
Yes.
What would be the purpose of them coordinating this? What's the end game there?
The end game is to get Trump out so he doesn't win the presidency.
The actions of January 6th actually interfered with the certification, so doesn't it kind of not make sense that the Democrats would have instigated January 6th if that got in the way of the certification, which they wanted, because that was going to cause Biden to become president?
I just believe that I don't know. I know what the truth is, and I believe everything that happened in January 6th is going to be revealed. Every bit of it.
And I don't know exactly what you're referring to, so what would you say that is? What occurred on January 6th?
I'm talking about Nancy Pelosi, what she instigated, and the information she's got will be found on her laptop, and eventually it will be revealed to the American people.
So Nancy Pelosi instigated January 6th?
I think she did.
To stop the proceeding that she supported?
Yes.
What would be the purpose of them coordinating this? What's the end game there?
The end game is to get Trump out so he doesn't win the presidency.
The actions of January 6th actually interfered with the certification, so doesn't it kind of not make sense that the Democrats would have instigated January 6th if that got in the way of the certification, which they wanted, because that was going to cause Biden to become president?
Yeah.
I just believe.
No, he trying to trip him up. He know what he's saying. Nancy Pelosi and Chuck Schumer and the rest of these demon Democrats did concoct this whole shit. And it should be revealed. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't matter what the Biden administration would have did this and did that. Ain't no way they would have did it. You know what I'm saying? The reason why they did that was not for P.B. Joe Biden. They were going to cheat him in the electoral colleges anyway. That's a fact. So the main thing is that they want to create this atmosphere so they can linger it all the way to they could have lingered this thing all the way to 2024. As you see, he got 91 indictments. So we know that their plans on the January 6th scheme, an article game they played, was not to worry about then and there because they were going to cheat Joe Biden in there anyway. It was done for a long-term hit on Donald Trump to try to discredit him and bring him down, that he would not be able to run for president, as you can see, they even tried to invoke the 14th Amendment based on, keep on saying and cocking that it was an insurrection. But it was not an insurrection because you can't prove it. It wasn't done by Trump. It wasn't done by Trump. So I want to know who was the proprietor and who was the ones that instigated that shit in the first place. You know what I'm saying? We see Kathy Griffin speaks out on COVID-19 vaccine after lung cancer. hmm hmm We see Greasy Head Cuba Adams blame Republicans for migrant crisis. This jackass. How the fuck this dumb fucking clockhead motherfuckers gonna blame uh, 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 Donald Trump or something like the Republicans or something like that? You full of shit, Mr. Adams. That's all wrong, dude. You greasy head ass. Look at that cute ball. Woo, you need to put some grease on that cute. But this came in one day ago by Tom Handy. New York greasy head ass, big ass, motherfucking black ass, nigga jackass. You know what I'm saying? Mayor of ours. You know what I'm saying? You know? New York greasy head ass discussed the migrant crisis in the city, you know what I'm saying, on NSNBC. How did I know? Recently, yeah, okay. Recently, the city has seen over 110,000 migrants arrive. Some arrived last year as Texas Governor Greg Abbott bussed them to New York City, and others came on their own to start a new life, according to the New York Times. You know what I'm saying? Imagine a new life that they're gonna start over here. But we see man Greasy and Cuba Adams requested from previous Biden administration, according to the ABC 7, but few dollars are coming from the creepy ass president. Yeah, 'cause he don't give a flying fuck. You know what I'm saying? He just wanted them over here to do the damage to the United States and black people and mix us up and keep us confused and all the Black Lives Matter, American motivators, Russia, Ukraine pay millions of dollars to have joined NATO, you know what I'm saying, and yada 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 and so on. But we see man Greasy as rather has also, sought assistance from Governor Kathy creepy ass Housel, who is doing her best. She ain't doing she. You know what I'm saying? She ain't doing she. But when we come to the situation, we said, when we see during the May, Adams said, on NSBC during the interview, Greasy at Cue Ball Adams said to Jonathan Capehart, no, not all. And first of all, I'm glad you played that clip at the top of the conversation, because there is a clear distortion that my comments were anti-migrant, anti-immigration, no, anti-immigrant and migrant, whatever the fuck he talking about, his retarded ass. The Trump Republicans are trying to use it as such, which is not true. And then even the far left is trying to use it as an immigration, migrant 11. You know what I'm saying? We are doing more than you full of shit. You're more than your shit. You facilitated this garbage on the American people. You facilitated this shit on New York, and now you try to slide your monkey ass up out of it. Hate to call you that, but you're acting like one. You know what I'm saying? We are acting like one. We see 190,000 voters removed from Georgia's electoral roll, raise concerns. You see? This is coming in by Georgia Vibes. You know what I'm saying? One day ago. You know what I'm saying? One day ago. We see here